Welcome back to the Vortex Report. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Once again, we are back with episode 5. As you all know, Vortex Report is your home for Arkansas High School basketball. I'm Coach Vic, scout writer, prep hoops, Vortex Sports, ASN, all of the above. I'm pretty sure you guys know the game plan by now. I got C12Media with me. My boy Cade is in the building. Cade, appreciate you for joining once again. Episode 5, we're going strong. Ethan will be joining in just a minute. He was out working tonight at some games, covering some of you kids, obviously doing what you love him to do, right? So we'll have Ethan on here in a minute. And tonight we're just going to break down, obviously, like I say, our standout performances, our, kind of rising stars, names to, look out for within our team players of the week and our teams of the week. Comments on, let me check this out real quick for y'all. Please drop a comment. Do not hesitate to let us know you're here. Feedback is always greatly appreciated.
Yup.
I'm typing this as I'm saying it so I can pin it in the chat. Cool. And we'll get started. Oh, it's just me, huh? Where'd you go?
I guess.
I kicked Cade out, my bad.
There we go.
Cool. So episode 5, we're live. We got 11 viewers off top. Appreciate you guys tuning in the first 2 minutes. Obviously, get the energy flowing, get us started up. If you're here, drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who you are, what you're looking for, what you're trying to see tonight. Give us insights on some players that we can obviously talk about and bring some spotlight to here in the future. We appreciate you guys for tuning in once again. Tonight, we started a little bit late, so obviously I think I probably said this all 5 episodes that we're going to try to get out of here quickly or get out of here fast, or we're gonna try not to make this run long. But tonight, like I'm there's no lie. Like you guys might be upset at me by how fast this goes. It might go so fast that Ethan might not even make it on tonight, to be honest with you guys. So it's not like we're shorthanding things or anything like that. Obviously, you guys just know we work really hard trying to cover everything that goes on. And when you're doing a lot of hard work, sometimes you gotta make certain things fit where they don't really fit at, and that's what we're going to be doing tonight. So we'll start right up with the 1A team of the week. I'll throw it to you, Kay. Who we got?
Yeah, we got County Line here. So they haven't really been playing too much. I think their last game before this week was November 21st. But they come out this week. They play Waldron. Got a nice little double-digit win against I guess Waldron. They're 4A, right? Pretty sure. But so yeah, that's a big win for County Line. They go up to 4A, and we know County Line, their history. Obviously, got a picture of them in the state championship a couple years ago. They make it to the championship, a lot. That's what they do. That's kind of the expectation. They're 9-0. So this year they're going to try to ride it back and make it to the state championship. And a big win over Waldron definitely helps them.
I'm trying to see if Waldron is in fact 4A. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're in the same conference. Yes, Pottsville, Ozark.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that they're 4A. Yeah.
Yeah, Clarksville, etc. So
but yeah, that's a big 1A to 4A. That's a big win to win by double digits for sure.
No, for sure. And then in the picture there, like that's a throwback picture from a couple of years ago playing against Marktree.
Yep.
In the state championship, right?
Yep, state championship.
They ended up winning that.
I'm pretty sure they won. I think that was the year they went like fully undefeated or something.
Yeah, and then Marktree won back to back, right?
Yeah.
So moving along, 1A team of the week, County Line Indians. Got any County Line fans out there? 1A player of the week. We have Ty Palermo. Ty's a player that I've been pretty high on as well. just throughout the course of his young career. He's only a junior right now. I met Ty freshman going into sophomore summer, so 2 summers ago. A lot of potential is there. Like it's a lot of it is there. And then sometimes we see this a lot. We say this a lot. Like when you're playing in smaller conferences and you have to play out of position. So like he gets stuck playing like the 4 or the 3 a lot. When truly he could be more of an aggressive 2, especially if he played up in class, a classification that is. Not to say anything bad about there, anything that holds him back, but it's like I say, sometimes in games you just don't see his total package of what he really has. He can really handle the ball. He can pressure it from outside, like you see him shooting the ball here, knocking it down probably. He really is a good transition player as well. Not so much like he'll get rid of it and make her give and go really well. Like not so much like he'll just get it and go coast to coast between 5 guys, whatever. More so that he understands like how to space and create for itself, like pass to get itself open, those type of things, which a lot of kids, obviously being a junior as well, like they kind of don't understand yet or they don't do as well. Something I see he picks apart well on. So very athletic guy, can get up on the rim, can get up around the rim, rebound, dunk, and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure if you click on this page right away, you can notice the athleticism passes the eye test. So Top Palermo is our 1A player of the week. Cade, you got a couple notes there?
Yeah, I haven't really seen him play that much. I just know he had a big game. He had 24 and 16 rebounds. So he said he's kind of, a little undersized. If he played classification, he'd be the 2. But for him to get 16 rebounds shows that, he's doing his thing at his position in that classification, what he's been dealt with. So definitely a good game from him. Definitely a good player down in 1A.
And stuff like that translates, right? Like 16 rebounds, like when you go up to 6A and you play, even if you might be playing a 4 still, you know what I'm saying? It translates to 4 or 5 rebounds at least. Like it just shows you the hustle and the mindset, the way he can track the ball, he can get to it. Then obviously being able to jump, like I said, he's got some athleticism for sure. So
I played with a player, Donovan, last year, Russellville. He was, really good. He was the 1 really, but he was a really good rebounder, and it's translated to college. He's at JUCO, he's at North Ark, and he had a double-double the other day. Despite being like 6'2", he's a good rebounder. It definitely translates to the next level for sure too.
No, for sure. Like I say, when you talk to college coaches, like one of the first things they will tell you is they want to see you rebound out of your position. Like it's a huge thing. Like it has to be done.
Yeah.
So we're moving on to a team of the week is going to be the Woodlawn Bears. I'll let you start off a little bit with this, okay?
Yeah, Woodlawn. They're obviously we'll talk about them even with the players as highlighted there in 2A. But Woodlawn, they're good. They're 5-2 in the year. Lost to Dumas in a close one. Lost to Mama Charter by 10 early in the year. Last 2 games this week, they played Dirks, won by 30, big win, and then they played Gurdon, won 99-27. I think that alone should get you on the 2A team of the week, winning by that's dang near 80 points. That's like
that's what I'm about to say. Not even the margin of victory, but just the fact that you can score 99 points in the game. I mean, we all all across high school, we all got a shot clock. We all play the same amount of, minutes unless it's overtime, obviously, but this wasn't that case, you know what I'm saying? So put up 99 points is pretty tough. And then while we're blending this in, we can really just segue it because obviously 99 of those points came from our 2A. 53 of those 99 points came from our 2A player of the week, Drew Roberts. Crazy explosive game. Drew's a player that I've been on since he was a sophomore. Like I say, bro, I try not to pat myself on the back because these kids are the ones that do the work, right? Like I just watch it. Like I've got the easiest job in the world, to be honest with you, right? I'm literally just seeing you be good. And I'm like, okay, this kid is good. Like it's not, I don't know, it's so natural to me, right? It's probably hard to somebody else if you don't have an eye for basketball. A lot of my barber friends that I used to, go to barber school as well. So a lot of my barber friends will tell you like there's a barber's eye, right? A lot of people will walk around and they'll recognize just like a regular haircut. And, nice haircut, cool. Then there's a barber who recognizes every little small mistake, every little small detail, right? So it's just like the critique for the eye. So with basketball, like I say, it's just easy for me to kind of notice it. Jude's a kid that I've been on for quite a while now. And like I say, the reason was early on, just the fact that he understands like a true point guard essence. He really, really realizes that like I've got to keep the ball moving and myself moving. I know how to relocate. I know how to come get the ball back and then make another play off of that. I know how to play off a screen. I know how to play off pick and roll. I know how to play without the ball. There were a lot of things, like I say, that IQ stood out super young. So I said, okay, you know, over the next few years, I'm pretty sure those things will start translating, you know, once the physicality, you know, the body type comes around. He understands where to get his shot from and how to get it easier, better, and more. And then all of a sudden, what do you know? Boom, he starts exploding like this. So I also had a camp a few months ago. Jude attended there, played very well. I was able to secure the offer from University of Arkansas Monticello, which he then ended up signing to. So super, 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 you know what I'm saying, talented kid right there. I don't think that he'll be at that level forever. I think he'll, you know, play for UAM for a while and then be able to move up and transfer out. So 2A player of the week and 2A team of the week. The player there, obviously on the screen here, Drew Roberts, and our team of the week is the Woodlawn Bears in 2A.
Yep.
Moving over to our 3A team of the week is the Atkins Red Devils. What you got, Cade?
Yo, we got Atkins here. 3-1 on the year. Atkins basketball's, you know, usually not, you know, like they're never like really, really good. That's nothing against them. It's just kind of how history's been. But, you know, this year start off 3-1. Tough loss to Bauxite, but then this week you beat Scranton by 7. You beat Two Rivers by 2. And 3A there wasn't like a huge like, oh, this is for sure the team to highlight. But I did want to highlight Atkins because they're always, you know, maybe not the best, but they get 2 really good wins to improve to 3-1. Gives them some confidence as, you know, you start to get into conference pretty soon. But I mean, yeah, Atkins, you know, since I'm in Russellville, they're pretty close. So I'm excited for them, happy for them, and hopefully they can keep it up the rest of the season.
All right, our 3A team of the week is the Atkins Red Devils that improved to 3-1 with a couple of good wins this week, which makes them our 3A team of the week. Moving along to our 3A player of the week, we've got Trevor Augustine from Walnut Ridge. I haven't seen Trevor play a ton in person. I've seen a bit of footage for sure. And he's just a paint anchor, right? Like he's a big body, obviously, for one. And he's way more mobile than he looks. So he kind of throws you off a little bit, you know, kind of sneaky athleticism to a point, right? And he rebounds pretty well. He boxes out even better. So, like, the box out is a lot better than just the athleticism to go and grab rebounds and, like, get a ball on the other side of the paint from one side of the paint. He'll do a really good job of boxing one, even maybe sliding to the second player, getting 2 guys boxed out with a bump or 2 on the same play. Really, really physical guy, you know, doesn't mind a bang. Not like aggressive physical, like I'm going to bring it to you, but like when he's obviously playing post defense, very solid, chesting up, you know what I'm saying, will take contact, doesn't shy away from anything like that. So very solid post presence from Trevor Augustine, our 3A player of the week. Have you ever seen Trevor play at all, Kate?
I actually, putting this together, I saw some clips of him playing. And, you know, first thing that pops out is his size, obviously. He played football. He's an all-star or all-state player at Walnut Ridge in football, which obviously you can see with the size makes sense. But, you know, I've seen him, you know, I guess last year they had another kind of bigger dude. You can kind of see at the end of the picture. But I'm sure there's a little dynamic duo down there in the paint, you know, especially down, you know, 3A, sometimes you got some big players, but really I feel like there's a big gap between 3 and 4A. So, and definitely in size. So I think he was definitely bullying down there in the paint. Yeah, he seems like a fun player, you know, to see. So, yeah.
No, for sure. Like, you do get good matchups between obviously 3A teams, but a lot of it doesn't come like in conference.
Yeah.
More often you have to wait till you kind of get down the stretch of playoffs to start seeing, you know, obviously really solid matchups. And then you get some weeks where you got like, you know, 2 of the best teams and they're in your gym and they're in your face. And then you got maybe the next 2 games where it's kind of like, you know, here nor there. So,
yeah. For sure.
Tyrone, appreciate you checking in, my dog. We appreciate you, man, tuning in once again. Moving along, 4A team of the week is Little Rock Hall. Man, I cannot say I don't even really think like impressed is the word, because like from a talent standpoint, like I knew it was all there, right? But I'm really more like excited, or I guess excited is a pretty good word. I'm more excited, kind of like I say, to see how they put it together, like see how it kind of is coming together. They're getting big wins. They're getting impact wins over, obviously out of conference, above their conference. Not to say like obviously we really harp on conference doesn't really matter, especially in Arkansas when you get the right teams matched up. But even in conference, they're beating some of the best teams, or they're competing with the best teams. Good thing to see, though. Good thing to see. Not like I'm shocked or surprised. Like I say, I don't think those are the right words for it either. And I don't even think proud is the right word, right? Like I said, like I know from a talent standpoint, like everything is there, but it's just like, all right, it's looking good. Like let's keep riding this ship. Let's see what it's going to amount to all the way in the end. So good to see Little Rock Hall making moves, big wins, playing impactfully as a team. Their core group of boys, they really make things happen between Micah. You got Shaw right here in the picture. You got Tristan as well. You got Landon that, like I say, Landon's a player we're really high on. And I say we because we've talked about him here on the show before.
Yep.
So, yeah. Outside of that, what you got, Kate?
Yeah, I mean, Little Rock Hall, picked up some big wins. So when they played North Little Rock, did North Little Rock have Elijah?
They did.
They did.
If I'm not mistaken. I believe that was his first game back, and he had like 15 or 14.
Dang. Okay, so I thought, I saw that score. I was like, well, shoot, maybe North Little Rock didn't have Elijah. So even, with that makes that win a lot more impressive. They beat North Little Rock by 9. They beat Southwind, team from Memphis, by 3, and they beat Catholic by 30. Picked up 3 huge wins this week. I watched them in the showcase. You mentioned pretty much everyone. They're a good team. Farmington, played good. It was a really good game. Like it was close all the way to the end. But I wouldn't say like, I'm kind of with you. I wouldn't say like surprised, but like honestly, I kind of am. Beating North Little Rock by 9. I think that's a great win for Hall.
Much agreed. My bad. I was over here trying to make something happen, but it's not. I guess it's not going to happen. So, 4A team of the week, Little Rock Hall. 4A player of the week, moving along. Of Mills, we have Marshall Walls. He just went for another like 26-point game, which is, I believe, his 4th game of the season with 25 or more. I could be wrong. Don't quote me exactly on that. If I'm wrong, it's probably by 1 game.
Yeah, at least 3 for sure.
But he's been making an impact, like I say, just offensively. And it's not like, give me the ball, get out my way, I'm going to do 16 crossovers and get to the rim and then dunk on somebody, or give me the ball, I'm going to step back 3. It's hustle ball. It's, coming off a rebound, getting a good putback, being in the right place at the right time, making a steal, getting a run out, cutting back door, good dime. Obviously playing within the offense of the team, screen and roll action. And then there is some of that, like I said, there's a little bit of give me the ball, let me get downhill, let me get to the line, let me spot up for a jump shot. It's coming in all varieties. It's a really good thing to see him kind of growing into himself this season and really stepping into a leadership role by example. Maybe not, just vocally or maybe an unspoken, unsung hero, kind of out the shadows, right? Came kind of, unexpectedly to this level of play, especially by my standard, I believe. But 4A player of the week for sure, Marshall Walls. Keep grinding. Love to see it.
Yeah, Marshall. He's a great player. We've talked about him a lot. I've played him, and I'm kind of like, honestly, this year I was kind of expecting this. Be honest, like just maybe not to this level, 25, like pretty much every game, but like he's just doing his thing. Like he was gonna, his size, he plays bigger than what he is. He gets putbacks. He plays hard. That's what he does, and that's what this team needs. That's what Mills needs. For sure. So he's kind of that plug piece for them, that kind of glue for them. And I think he's been very impactful this year for sure.
Check out our 5A team of the week. 5A team of the week is the Sheridan Yellow Jackets. Sheridan has been competing up in conference, down in conference, in their own conference, just playing non-conference scheduled, games. Just really, like I say, figuring it out. That's a team that you can really kind of see just putting pieces together, learning and growing. Like there's maybe like, 2 to 3 like kind of upperclassmen, and then you got some really like good younger underclassmen, and they're kind of just trying to like figure out how to, meet here. And like when it's clicking in games, for sure it looks really good and it's exciting to see. I mean, you've got Jace Gatlin, excuse me. Then you've got Beckett Scott at the guard spots. Beckett plays the 1, Jace plays more of the 2 off guard, but they kind of both can do the same thing. Beckett can go off ball, Jace can go on ball. Beckett can obviously be on ball, and Jace can be off ball. Beckett's really great at passing the ball. Then you got the 2 bigs who kind of are interchangeable as well. This is kind of like why their team kind of works so well with their like 4-man tandem. You've got Dawson Griffin and Lane Bickford, who are 2 like 6'6", 6'5", probably even taller than that. Honestly, I think Lane's probably about 6'5", 6'6", and then Dawson's for sure about 6'7". But with that, like I said, they kind of both do a little bit of each other's thing. Like they both kind of got a little bit of an inside-out game. And so it really meshes well when you got the 2 guards up top. They can kind of go on ball, off ball. They can either do they can do either one. They have either choice. What really works, I think, in their offense too is that they play inside out a lot. And the thing that I was saying when I first started talking about them figuring it out is that they're really figuring out how to play the inside out game between dumping it down to the post, feeding the ball back outside, and not being just an immediate jack up shot because I got a shot and somebody's running at me. Learning how to really play patient offense, swing the ball, make another pass, get it to come back the other way, making the defense rotate 1 or 2 times, 2 or 3 times, 3 or 4 times right before we get up a great shot. So those are a lot of good things that I'm seeing from Sheridan. But I don't see a lot of depth for them, which is something I think that might hurt them down the stretch. Our 5A team of the week, though, Sheridan Yellow Jackets. What you got?
Sheridan. I watched them against Russellville. They got the big guys, which you kind of talked about, play inside out. I think that's a big thing. They definitely have the size. That's what had them. We got them the win against Russellville for sure. And then they got the young guards. I like Jace, and I like who's the other guard?
Beckett Scott.
Yeah, Beckett. Yeah, I like Beckett a lot. Beckett was definitely a guy I didn't really know, and that game he definitely showed out, and I got to see him. But yeah, Sheridan, they're a good team. I feel like they're gonna be like a hit or miss team, kind of like you said. Like, one night they're gonna show up and they're gonna be a really good team, and then one night they might lose to a team that's they're probably better than but that just comes with them being young and stuff, and they'll figure it out as the season goes on, and definitely next year. But yeah, I think they definitely I would say definitely all up from here for Sheridan for sure.
Sheridan is our 5A team of the week. Moving on to our 5A player of the week. I want to say this is our first freshman ever.
Yeah. Sure, yeah.
But I mean, the way the kid's been playing, you cannot deny him, right? Hit his first 100 career points in high school. A freshman, just kind of taking the 5A by storm, really being the leader of his team as a freshman. And that goes by all standards, right? By play, talking, by being the point guard to kind of run every set, get everything into motion, leading and scoring, right? Like, there's a lot of good things that the young man is putting together, right? Really talented. Is that, like I say, some kids, anybody in the gym could, bro, your grandma could see, oh, he's the best player on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So, like, those things kind of really just go without saying. It's all the stuff that people really don't get a chance to kind of tune into to really see, right? Like how attentive he is, like to certain things on the sideline. Like, while he's actually not – most star guys, especially that young, they hit the bench. They like, I can't wait till I get back in the game, man. What are my guys doing? He's like coaching, literally, which makes sense. Obviously, his dad's a coach. But when you get those kind of things that are passed down and they start showing up that young, like immediately, and they're in game and they're on the fly and they're like the right things being said the right way, bro, like the sky is really the limit. Like, that takes a player way more from what all he can do with the ball, doing this and shooting, to like the real next level, right? And so I can really see Van pushing to get there. Also, 2029 rankings just came out for Prep Hoops. Just plugging this in there. He is the #1 freshman in the state currently on there. If you guys want to go check that out, head over to prephoops.com/Arkansas. Find the rankings tab, scroll down, 2029, check it out. Appreciate it. Moving on, I'll skip over to our 5A team of the week. 6A team of the week, my bad. We have the Bentonville West Wolverines. Bentonville West has played quite a few quality games this season, not just this week. And they've been able to keep stacking, right? Like, really a team that I see learning from mistakes. A lot of teams, like, you'll kind of see, like, what shoots them in the foot, like, at the beginning of the year kind of really keep showing up. And then, like, you really get to the playoffs and, like, you see that again, like, oh, my God, I can't believe, like, the same thing they've been doing all year, right? And so this is a team that I really see along the way kind of just working the kinks out, fixing the mistakes. They got a lot of their football guys back, too, and I think that has helped. So that will be impactful as we move forward through the season. But, you got Carter Coleman here is pictured. Jordan Randolph here is pictured on the left, Carter Coleman on the right. And then at the back, you see number 4 there with his back turned, Landon Price. He's kind of the star of the show, so to speak. Even though they're definitely not a team that plays like that. Like, there'll be a game, Landon probably has like 12, 14 points. And that's literally because like 2 or 3 other people got 12, 14, and somebody else got like 18. You know what I'm saying? Like, they really can go split it up. That's a team like kind of how I was talking about with Sheridan, right? Where they got a few young guys, but they have more like middle guys. Like, they've got a few juniors and a few sophomores that are really more of what makes the team up than kind of like just a solid core of like seniors and juniors, if that makes sense. Some teams you fall into in the senior class is all like really tight. And then like some teams you fall into and like the seniors and the juniors are really tight together. And then some you fall into and like the juniors and the sophomores are really tight together. And then some you fall into like there's a big gap. Like, you got like JV is cool with JV, and then you got varsity is only cool with varsity. Then they really kind of don't mesh. Like, you get locker room cultures. I'm pretty sure you've been a part of that. Like I said, you just played yourself not here too long ago.
Oh, yeah.
And so, moving along, Bentonville West is our 6A team of the week with a couple of big wins. You want to run it down?
Yeah, Bentonville West, obviously, I got to see them a couple times. They played, got to see them in person against Eastham and got to see them play against Russellville. I've seen clips there and there. But you really hit you hit it very well. That they've got a lot of depth. That's kind of a big thing with their team. They have really, like you said, like they can have a game where 6 guys getting double digits or something, 5 guys getting double digits, and you wouldn't bat an eye. It's just kind of how that team is set up, and they got so much, just really solid talent, and some young guys too. But yeah, Landon's he's the main guy there. But like I said, like he doesn't really play like the main. I mean, like he does at times, but like. He doesn't try to force stuff, you know what I mean? Like, if it gets down against Eastham, it was getting kind of close. He's going to be the guy to take the shot. But, really throughout the whole game, it's kind of everyone doing their thing. They're a really talented team, and, it gets football's guys back. I really like this team. I think they play Marion later, I think right before Christmas. I'm excited to see that game. I think Marion's going to win it, but I think it'll be a really good test for them to kind of, go up and play someone at that level. I think it's going to help them a lot for the end of the season. I'm not expecting them to win that game, but I think it'll be a really good test for them, a really good learning experience for them.
No, like I really think they can go out and win that game.
No, like they can for sure, but I think Marion's going to win that one.
Like if you had to do a pick 'em, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I mean they haven't played really a close game all year. I mean, count the Eastham game, but even that game they won by 12. I want to see them, play kind of a closer game because you want to play that talent. They play Bentonville, they play Fayetteville. Dang, 6A West really is not as good as it usually is this year. I'm kind of looking at Harbor's really good though. Harbor v. Central.
Bro, I was going to talk about it. I was surprised that one of you guys didn't like nominate them again. I mean, obviously we'll talk about it here in a second too, so I won't go there just yet. But yeah, surprising. That is surprising. That's the perfect word for that one.
Yeah, they were for sure a team could have been here too. I think we had them last week though. So
just checking out Bentonville West. They beat Siloam Springs. They beat Cabot.
Searcy, Shiloh.
They beat Searcy. So I want to say they're like 6-0 or 7-0 right now.
Yeah, they're 6-0 right now. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So obviously, team of the week results, right? 6-0. You got your best players performing at a high clip. Last game against Shiloh Springs, you had Cooper Moore with 18 and 8, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals. Landon 17 points, 6 steals. Carter with 7, 5, and 2. Drake Tidwell was another player who we didn't actually just mention by name, 8, 2, and 3.
Yep.
He's a player that a few coaches that I've actually talked to have, had his name in the conversation, saying that they had an eye on him and that they liked him. So very talented kid over there to watch out for at Bentonville West as well. I'm pretty high on Carter Coleman too. I think here, obviously, in the next few years, when the seniors kind of get out the way, he'll be a lot more of a focal point, obviously. So 6A team of the week, Bentonville West. We won't hold you guys any longer. Moving over to our 6A player of the week. That will be Jabari Washington from Harbor. So this is the team we were just speaking about as far as we were saying is surprising. They just knocked off Central. Now we do know Central's obviously a little banged up, missing a piece or two here or there. But nonetheless, still a very, very tough team to go in there and just play against, no matter who they got playing. I don't care if they could put out all freshmen, they could put out their JV team. And like they're gonna be well coached, they're gonna play hard in the mud, you know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have some things to expect to see from any Central team that you get on the floor. But I was surprised, like I say, by the togetherness, the toughness that I saw from Harbor, that I don't always see from some of their guys. I saw in this game for sure. The way they attacked the rim and rebounded, even with against more size or the same kind of size, the same kind of athleticism, the way they ran and got out in traffic. That wasn't like a super half-court set game. That was a big up-and-down game, and it played to their advantage. They played a great pace. Jabari was a crazy factor in that game. So Harbor, we got our 6A player of the week there, Jabari Washington. What you got, Kate?
Yeah, I mean Jabari, he's the main guy. This Harbor team. I think against Conway last Tuesday, he had 20, 12, and 7. So pretty much almost had a triple-double, which is crazy for high school. You don't really see triple doubles like that in high school, but he's doing his thing. He's that type of player though. Like he's got that build. He can definitely get some triple doubles. But he's a great player. He can shoot. He's very athletic. He can play off the dribble. This, like we said, like this team is just really impressed. Like definitely one of the kind of bright spots and kind of most surprising teams I would say this year. After losing a lot of that team, they kind of come back, get some new pieces, reload. They're very well coached too. So they go in there and they look good. Jabari looks good. I don't know. I'm just very surprised. They beat Hot Springs very good. Conway barely lost, beat Central. Like this team they can compete with any team. And if they beat Maumelle by 20, like they really can be one of those top teams in the state, which is something that we were not expecting going into the season.
For sure, I agree. Moving over to a quick comment before we get to our next. We got Coach Vernon Wilson. What's up, guys? 2A player Jamari Anthony, 6'7", averaging 25 points per game right now. And I want to say he's at Lee.
Okay. Yeah, Lee they were definitely a team I was thinking about putting.
But I'm not sure if they're at Mariana, though. They might be at Mariana. They might not be at Lee. I could be wrong. I'm not exactly sure. Coach Vernon, if you still watching, could you come in again and let us know what school you guys are right now? I do know Jamari, though. I've actually written about him. I just can't think of it exactly off the top of my head. I don't get to see him a ton, which really sucks, guys. That's one thing I mentioned the other day when I was talking about the rankings even came out. It's like, so Lee Mariana, yes. So
he's Mariana Lee. Yeah.
But one of the things that's really tough with, especially like Arkansas, and this is exactly why we do what we do here for the podcast. It's like getting the exposure to all areas of all kids, especially like being able to see that and then like them being visible themselves. And that's like the biggest part, bro. It's like the kids have to want it bad. You have to be thirsty for it. Like it's not just gonna fall in your lap. It's not. It does sometimes, right?
Yep.
But more than anything, like when it falls in your lap, it really is probably because of the work that you put in. There's something you probably did for it to fall in your lap. It just feels like it fell in your lap sometimes, right? Mm-hmm. Then you do have the slim 1 or 2 chances, obviously, like we said, where it actually does fall in your lap. But you don't want to be one of those guys. You want to be one of those guys who worked hard for it and earned it. That's what it's about. That's what all of it is about, right? And it's no different when it comes to earning your own exposure. There's no difference whatsoever. None.
I agree.
Like I every camp or event or anything that I have, I tell kids this is my main point. It is your job to make sure you get scouted, ranked, recruited, etc. It's not your coach, your parents. It's not anybody's job. It's yours. You have every tool, every resource in the world that you need to have. It's not about connections and who knows who and even parents hit me up all the time and think that like, oh, these kids must be getting these offers because they know somebody or their parents went to school there. And like we keep saying, like, I'm never going to sugarcoat to you and say, nah, that's not such a thing. Like, bro, it happens.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to
I
anybody.
know. Yeah.
Talk to anybody. It happens. And that's fine. Just you don't have to be one of those kids. It don't have to happen for you. You can actually go out there, earn it. You can actually go out there and get what is yours for the taking. You just have to go through the process of going to do it. You have to want it. Rant over. I'm done with that part of it. Moving on. Coach Vern, we appreciate you for tapping in, giving us the information. You guys check out Jamar Anthony, 6'7", over at Lee High School in Marietta, Arkansas, averaging 25 points per game right now. I'm going to get out to check them out. I got them on the schedule. I think it's in January, though. I think Lee and Barton play. And I'm like 90% sure I got that game on my schedule already. Moving along, we got Pick'em. I thought by 10 o'clock that at least Ethan would have been able to pop on, but it looks like we might miss Ethan tonight, guys. It might be 2 episodes Ethan that skipped out on us. We might have to cut his paycheck that he don't get. So we're gonna pop up our Pick'ems for the week. And we'll start. Okay, I'll just let you run it.
All right, bet. Yeah, we got Lamar and Ozark. I guess looks like I'm the only one who took Lamar. It was a close one for me, though. Ozark's a good team. I know Lamar. I know a lot of those guys on that team. They've beat some really good teams. And I think Ozark they've got a couple dudes that are nice too. So I really think it'll be a really close game, go down the wire. I'm gonna take Lamar here, but I could definitely see this going Ozark's way.
Yeah, I roll with Ozark. We've been talking about Cooper Durr a little bit on here. We have before, obviously, very talented guy, and I think literally like he might go off on. He might go for like 26 on them for real.
Probably, yeah. Lamar, they don't play defense. I'm not gonna lie.
My point exactly, right? They got a new coach who's doing a lot better, instilling some things and growing the values over there. But it's still defense is not a huge factor over there. I mean, and then they're a little injured. Kaz Krotz, I believe, is out, and so is Kendrick Carr.
Oh, they're both. Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Shoot, so maybe I'm taking Ozark too then.
Right. So you got two, pretty big injuries.
That is, sure.
And like I said, on the other side of the ball, you got a Hooper and Cooper.
Yeah, Cooper's.
So yeah, I took Ozark. Moving along.
Yeah, we got Farmington Eastham. Ethan took Eastham. Okay, that's kind of crazy.
It boy had to zoom in.
Yeah, I had to zoom in. At this right. Okay, that don't look red. All right, so yeah, I'm for sure taking Farmington here. All I'm gonna say is if Russellville beating Eastham, Farmington 100% beating Eastham. Farmington they beat Hall. They're like I don't know. They're nice. Eastham they've played a ton of games. Definitely got a little more games under the belt, but I'm going to take Farmington by like 20 for sure here. I'm not going to lie.
I never try to take away from the players' talent because those kids work really hard.
Yeah.
But the coaching is incredible by Coach Taylor, bro. Like,
great, yes.
God, dog.
He's such a good coach, yeah.
Yeah, I took Farmington. Like I say, I've seen these two teams probably a lot more than anybody in the entire state, to be honest. I've been watching these teams in like 2 or 3 different invitationals or classics or circuits or tournaments or whatever you want to call it already. So I took Farmington, obviously just knowing what I know.
Yeah, I think Kingston's still out for Eastham too. So
that's gonna hurt.
Yeah,
that hurts them. So now, when rubber meets the road, it could be a different story. I'm not saying it's a blowout or anything like that by far. It's going to be a close game either way it goes. I think it'll be a less than 10-point victory, honestly. Either way. Like I say, it ain't no, there's not a bit of lack on the Mets coaching either. Like Coach Patel ain't just going to sit there and lay down either. So,
yeah.
Then Tuesday, we can move along.
Yeah, we got my boys Russellville. Looks like we all 3 picked them, which I'm kind of scared about. And they're playing Greenbrier. I think Greenbrier they're solid. They got some hype. They got a couple guys. They lost a lot of their guys last year. Has some talent last year, but I think I'm pretty sure they're coming. Yeah, they're coming down. That game will be at home because we played them last year at Greenbrier. But yeah, I mean, we all three took Russellville, which definitely scares me. On game day, you see all these teams. They pick that team, and then they end up losing. So I mean, I'm always gonna pick Russellville. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little homer. So if Russellville's on the pick 'em, unless it's just something ridiculous, like I'm probably gonna take them. But they're looking good, honestly. They lost to Sylvan Hills by I think 4 today. The game just got over with. It's a good game. Sylvan Hills, they don't JJ, but that team is still very talented. And then they played really good against Clinton, probably their best game of the year. Looked very solid. The thing is with them, their defense is great. I'm gonna be honest, their defense is phenomenal. But man, their offense, if Zayden's not hitting shots or Campbell's not hitting shots, they really they don't have anyone. So they got to figure that out because they're gonna. I mean, with them, they're just gonna win a lot of close games. It's gonna be 48-45 wins. So if they can figure out something on offense, then they can definitely go to that next level. They just got to figure that out. So yeah.
I picked Russellville. Greenbrier is still in football, right?
No, nope. They lost to Lakeside.
Lakeside going to the championship. You're right.
Yep.
So that's really why I picked. I'm tripping.
It's I don't really know.
Either way, I don't think they'll have anybody really just returning to make a difference. So Greenbrier has like Sam Palmer, right? And
sophomore, yeah.
I want to say there's somebody else's name that I can't just think of off the top of my head right now.
There's a kid last name Stallings. He's pretty good. He played last year.
Yeah, it's not him that I'm thinking of. Anyways, there's somebody else that I can't think of off the top of my head. He's another kind of longer kid, but he plays more like a guard. I can't think of his name right now. It'll come to me probably. Maybe I would have went with Greenbrier instead had I kind of just really sat down and thought about. I kind of went with Russellville. Like I said, I was more familiar with the lineup, and then I thought Greenbrier would be missing some guys. So this might have been a bad pick on my part. I probably should have did a little more research before I jumped in. But I'm around with Russellville. Like you said, they're coming off a little bit of a loss. It was just tonight, obviously, but I think they'll be fueled to get that win. Not necessarily a rivalry game, but kind of a game that, they kind of mean something to them to win locally within the region. So we'll move on to another Tuesday game as well.
Yeah, we got PA and Sheridan. I know Sheridan. We talked about them on the pod already. I want PA though. I think it's gonna be a good game. They haven't played a ton of teams, but I like their talent. With Sheridan, like they could come out and win by 15-20, and I wouldn't be surprised. They could come out and lose by like 10. I wouldn't be surprised either. So I'm kind of just chancing here. I'm gonna kind of hedge right here. Y'all both took Sheridan. I'm gonna take PA. Both sides got talent, for sure. So I'm just gonna go PA here. I think it's a good pick 'em this week. So there's a lot of tough matchups to pick.
No, it was a decent pick 'em for sure. With PA, I feel where you're coming from. I saw them take a loss the other day that kind of made me kind of go with my pick with Sheridan, obviously, and how I said Sheridan really does a good job of kind of putting it together, right? When they get it together, it's looking good, and I think that they'll be able to have a good enough game plan to kind of slide past Pulaski, who can be like they can kind of play down to the not necessarily the level of their competition because like I don't even know if it's underestimate because it doesn't look like it when you look at it. It's not like they're like, oh, he can't shoot, so he doesn't really jump out to the guard necessarily, but it's more like, I don't know, maybe like they're not as hyped for this game sometimes, or it's not like a meaningful game, or like I don't know what it is sometimes. Like maybe they take plays off here and there, maybe they take games off here and there. Sometimes I see from some of their, not their core guys, some of their, extras, you know what I'm saying? Some of their bench guys, maybe the fifth man out. But yeah, I took Sheridan, obviously, like I say, from a bunch of the things that we said earlier about them being our 5A team of the week. They got a lot more size that I think will help benefit them. PA is not to be slept on, though. Baton Paydeck is a player to watch. We always said that. I think probably twice out of our 5 episodes we talked about Baton.
Yeah.
Talented, skilled, not going to go out there and lay down. If anything, like I said, he'll be the bright spot for PA. So I can kind of see why you roll with him, too. So
Yeah.
These are our pick 'em for the week.
Yep.
I don't have a spotlight that we're gonna do tonight. We really don't have Ethan. Like I said, we were kind of wrapping it up short. We do have 80 viewers at the moment, so we appreciate you guys for tuning in. It's a little bit less than what we've been having, obviously, over the past couple weeks, where we've been hitting about 150 live all concurrently. And that doesn't count, like I say, whoever jumped off, who was on at first. Our views are kind of steadily increasing. So from episode 1 to 2, shot up crazy. Episode 2 to 3 shot up just a little bit. Obviously, that's going to start slowing down a little bit. So this episode, I'm pretty sure will drop. It'll be the shortest episode that we've had. We moved back the time a little bit. Everything kind of was off about this one. Nothing bad about it, but I just like being transparent with the fans out there watching. You know what I'm saying? I know they're kind of looking for the progress and people want to know. Once again, I also mention this for everybody that's out there watching for sponsorship reasons. Look at the viewership we're getting. You're not getting this weekly anywhere else in Arkansas that's related to basketball. So obviously, like I said, if you love basketball, you're a basketball fan yourself, it's something that you're already into. It makes sense to go hand in hand. Go ahead and link up. We can talk about sponsorships. I can send you over the email, send you over the graphic that kind of details what we have offering for you guys. We can get something worked out to bring your brand visibility, get you right here, be a part of the Vortex Report every week. I also talked with Brad today, and I'm pretty sure if you're an ASN fan here watching that you know Brad Caldwell. We're looking to start, I'm pretty sure in January, so when conference starts, another weekly episode. So it'll be 2 episodes per week, but that will be there'll be a members only viewership. It'll have different type of content. We'll be having a lot more opportunities to go out and broadcast games. Actually, bring you guys live content from inside the gyms as well. So we got some other stuff cooking up that I think fans are really gonna love to be a part of. That's a little more inclusive than just the podcast here, where it's fan based and kind of user submitted input and stuff like that. So yeah, just kind of want to throw that little hint out there for the fans watching. Keep an ear out and an eye out for more news that could be underway to come here very soon your way. This week in basketball, we've got the Bologna Showdown going on. It ends, I want to say Saturday. If I'm not mistaken, over at Bologna High School.
Saturday, yeah.
You've got the Hurricane Classic that starts tomorrow that I'm going to be probably making the trip out for when I get up in the morning. Be leaving Little Rock, heading to Jonesboro for that. That'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That's got Jonesboro, Middleton, ICC, Bay, Kirkwood, Tennessee, and somebody else that I'm missing. Nettleton, I think I already said Nettleton. I can't remember.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure I'll be there for those 3 days doing that. Then you've got the XNA showcase coming up in about 2 weeks at Bentonville West. You'll have a few out-of-state teams. That's where we were talking about where we'll see that matchup between Bentonville West and Marion.
Yep.
That'll be exciting. I'm really, really stoked to be up there in Northwest Arkansas watching those games for 2 days. And then what else? There was 2 matchups that I was really trying to highlight. That came.
There's the Charles Ripley. When's that?
And maybe in 2 weeks.
All right, yeah. I know that's always a solid one.
Oh no, I lied. It's the same day. So it's actually on the 13th. Is it a 1 day? I'm not sure, Charles. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I've been looking for a little bit of information. I probably haven't been looking hard enough because I wrote it down on my schedule and I said I was gonna look for more information this week, and I have not actually got to it, which I should have. Like I said, there's no
There's the Hoops on the Hill in Fayetteville. That's this week, right? This weekend.
It is.
Little Rock Christian, Fayetteville, Bryant, some out-of-state teams.
Yeah, Hooping on the Hill is going to be a good one, too. Like I said, I love the showcases that are bringing out-of-state teams and showing how we compete against the nation.
We usually win.
Right.
Literally 90% of the time.
And like I say, a lot of the teams we're picking, same classification or higher. So it's other 5 and 6A teams. It's teams that went down, they won their championship last year or two within the past, recent 5 years or so, whatnot. So, couple, like I said, really good basketball. If you're a basketball fan here in Arkansas, you know, like December is probably the best time to catch basketball. If not, you know, that November, that late November stretch where you get a lot of those classics and invitationals that start up too. So, I personally prefer December just a little bit more. You get those football guys back, get the playoffs over with in football, and you really get, you know, your core together. You kind of see what's going on.
Yep.
And then you get ready for the new year. Like that kind of really gives you the insight to what's going to happen for conference. Kind of start, you know, building storylines for what's going to play out throughout the season. So,
for sure.
Episode 5, man. We appreciate you guys for helping us stay strong, stay steady. Great viewership, great comments, great feedback. Everything's growing weekly. Like I said, we are very, very proud of that. If you're looking for sponsorship opportunities, just know that we are too.
Yeah.
Hit me up. I got you. Okay, appreciate you once again, bro, for all your hard work.
Yes, sir.
Does not go unnoticed. Appreciate you every I broke. Appreciate you for everything that you do. You see my record broke right there?
Yeah.
No, for sure. I really do appreciate you, bro. I just want to let you know that. Ethan, we appreciate you too for, you know, hard work making these graphics. Boy, better get back here next week. I don't know what to tell you.
We might.
I think we gotta have the fans spam the chat and say like they want Ethan back. That's probably what we gotta do.
We're gonna have to bring one of the fans on, bro.
Yeah, we gotta start pulling around the fans, bro. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. We gonna get out of here tonight. Ended a little bit early, but it's probably actually what time we ended, but shorter than we usually do. It's right under an hour. So,
yep.
Appreciate y'all. We out of here.